So ever since I can remember, this brand of putter here, the Scotty Cameron, has been the most wanted putter. And there's a fair reason for that. They are beautiful, beautiful putters. But I think now there is a new putter brand on the block that are going to take that most wanted badge. So for many years, the Scotty Cameron has been the creme de la creme of the putting market. It has been that brand that you would be willing to go and spend a few extra pounds on to get one in the bag. It was sometimes a sign of a good player. Definitely when I was a junior and you saw someone with a Scotty, you always thought, must be able to play. Or it was the sign that someone was really into collector's items and really wanted to spend that money and get something that maybe not a lot of people have had. But that's now changing. There's this brand come along that is going to take the most wanted putter brand, and that is the EvnRoll. Let me tell you why. Okay, so a couple of reasons why I think EvnRoll are going to be the most wanted putter brand, overtaking that Scotty Cameron. Let's just take a look at what actually goes into building one of these putters here. So what's very noticeable about EvnRolls is, you know, what's going on with the heads and what's going on with the grips, and there's a lot of technology that's going into these. It's not just a beautiful looking putter, there's more to it. So firstly, you may already know a little bit about EvnRoll without even knowing it. If you've heard of the putter company Rife from going back maybe 5-10 years ago, these putters are designed by the same person. So Gerhard Rife is the designer of all the EvnRoll putters. Now, what Rife used to do was have putters that had a groove all the way across the face. So you would see a full face of grooves running from toe to heel. That's changed a little bit in the EvnRolls. What we've got now is this little box of grooves there that we can see. And the reason for this is it's not just for show, it is for a technological purpose and for the performance of the putter. So the reason it's got these is to give you a consistent rollout and consistent distance control when hitting putts. So any off-centered strike, i.e. toe and heel, would still roll very, very similar distances to what you would get from a center struck putt. So the grooves, the way they're actually put onto the face and the way they're milled onto the face, they're at different depths in toe and heel and center. So there's more energy imparted onto the golf ball when you hit it out of the toe and the heel to see that it does get that consistent roll. Another thing that EvnRoll do as well is when a putter head is made normally and milled out of steel, what you would see is that the head is made the same way, and we get transferable weight sometimes, but the actual weight of the head is generally all the same. Not again in the EvnRoll. What they do is have two head weights, so you get the 370 gram or the 355 gram, depending on the shaft length you choose. So when you pick it up, every EvnRoll starts to feel the same. You start to get the same feeling and the same consistent swing feeling and the same swing weight as you go through it, instead of just putting it into this one head, chopping the shaft to whatever length it would want to be, and the putter feeling different throughout it. So you're always getting that consistent feel from the EvnRolls that you're getting. They don't feel super light in one putter, really heavy in the other. There's always that consistency there. You move on to the grip. What they've done with the grip is, you think you can't really make any great changes to a grip or any technological advancements, but that's where you're wrong. If you can see the grip here now, what we've got is pretty much the flat base here, pretty flat down the sides and the curving here, and it looks pretty deep as you look through it from side to side there, so where the palm of the hand is going to go. And the reason for this is down this side of the grip here, down the bottom edge of the grip, there's actually a steel rod that's placed behind the shaft of the golf club, and the reason for that is to allow the player now to feel where the face is, so we can start to feel whether we're squaring up or we have the face open or closed when we're actually swinging it. With this steel rod that goes in the gravity grip, it gives us a better sensation of us actually starting to square the club up as we swing it. So there's loads of technological advancements that goes into it, even so much so they've even got this one here, the tour stroke putter. that is a training putter. Now look at this thing. Look how far back that is set. So we've got from here pretty much 2 inches behind where the face of the putter is to where the shaft is. And the reason for this being, this is a training aid, but also a legal putter to use. So what it does is it allows people to put the ball in line with the shaft, so the head is set back to stop the really long backswing and decelerating into impact. It's designed to have a shorter backswing and make you accelerate through. Also, with the way the head is set, it makes the hands preset. So in any good putting stroke, we would see that the trail wrist, so your right hand for the right-handed putter, would have a little bit of cupping in it there like this. And it sets you into that position already. So when you come through into impact, you start to actually deliver this position. Instead of getting really flicky and getting really wristy with your putts, it actually stops that. And then when you go to use it in competition, you just put the ball level with the club face as you normally would do, and then again it presets that position and allows you to actually get into good impact positions with your putting stroke. The lines on it as well here are designed to aid you getting back to hitting it out of the sweet spot more. It's still got the same groove system in there, got those box of grooves to allow consistency from the roll. So there's a lot of technological advancements that goes into the putters. And then when you couple it with the second factor, the looks of the putters, I mean, they are absolutely sensational. When we go down to detail, the head covers themselves, the leather, it doesn't feel cheap, it doesn't feel tacky. It's a real solid, really, really nice quality leather. The little tags that come on the head covers, the stitching on there is absolutely fantastic. You know, I've had that for a year now, nearly, and you wouldn't even notice a blemish in it. When you look at these ones, even like the magnets down to those, they are super strong, the stitching, it just feels quality. Then when you look, this is my one I use every day, the quality of it, the actual design, the look of it, when you get them behind the ball, they look gorgeous, they sound great, they feel great. It is a putter that when you put it in your hands and you start to swing with it and you hit a few putts, it is one that really, really tickles your fancy. And it's not only me that is saying this. Recently, in a lot of the awards that get given out in the golf magazines and so on and so forth, it's been sweeping it up, and it does have quite almost a cult following, EvnRoll, on the internet. If you get into some of the forums, there are people who are, you know, deep into the EvnRoll family. So even just this year alone, it's won the Golf Monthly Editor's Choice 2020. It's won the Today's Golfer Best Putter for a Moment of Inertia. It's won the Most Wanted Blade on Golf Spy. It's won countless awards, and they really are becoming one of the most wanted putters in the game. One other cool little thing as well is you don't see many of them around at the moment, so they've still got that little bit of mystique about them. There's not, you know, every person in the golf club's got one, or everyone who's got one. When you roll up to a tee and one of your pals has one in your bag and you think, not seen that before, grab it, put it down, it's, oh, that, you know, that's nice, that must have cost a few quid, and that looks absolutely sensational. Then when you go on to putt with it and you see the performance, you see the technology, and it actually starts to help your putting, it's well worth it. So just a small little video there, guys, to showcase these putters and put my opinion across that I do think these are probably the best putter brand out on the market at the moment, and I really do think, give it 2-3 years, we're going to see loads of these in tour players' bags. We're going to see a lot more in people's bags when you're playing golf, and it will carry on being the most wanted blade and one of the most recognised putting brands that we see going forwards. Guys, I've been Matt Fryer. Thanks for watching this video. Do remember to hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't done already. Follow me on all my social medias, and I'll see you in another video very soon.